Hello everyone, Social Coach Michael Knight here, and today we're going to be talking about the concept of polarization, and more specifically, how you can come off as a more attractive person by becoming a more polarized person and communicating in a more polarized manner. Now, a lot of people, they get the wrong assumption when I bring up the concept of polarization. They start thinking and start assuming it means that they should be like more purposely divisive in a conversation, or act as a contrarian, or be blatantly harsh and rude about their own opinions. That's not what I mean when I say to be polarizing. And we're going to get into what I do mean in a second, but before we do, please remember to like and subscribe, since that'll do us a huge favor when it comes to helping us grow this channel so they can reach more people. Let's start our discussion regarding polarity with the metaphor or analogy of magnetism. We all know about magnets. They have two poles, right? And if the right two poles come together, there's attraction, and if the two wrong poles are together, there's repulsion. Now, what's also true about magnets? Well, what happens when you take a magnet and you bring it to a certain type of metal? It doesn't matter which pole you put on the metal, it'll stick to the metal either way. And now, while it's true, I don't know how far I want to take this analogy, but while it's true, yes, the stronger polarity you have, the more likely you're going to draw in some type of people while repelling other type of people. What I find is true is that actually most people are not like magnet to magnet, it's like magnet to metal. All you need is just the right amount of polarity. It doesn't have to be a great amount, but as long as you have some, no matter the direction, the person is going to respect you more, they're going to find you more authentic, and they're going to be more attracted to you. A lot of people choose to telegraph their polarity through the way that they dress. Think about how kids would dress in school. You'd have kids that were the punk group, and the goth group, and the skater group, and the preppy group, and the rapper wannabe groups. Everyone dressed in a different style to kind of communicate their identity. And while that might be a more turn on for some people, it could be a turn off for others. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out dressed like you're a member of the rock band Kiss in order to create some type of polarity. I'm going to teach you how to do it in a much more subtle way that's also more effective for all people around you. It's very important that your actions or the way you dress always comes off as being very authentic and congruent to who you are as a person. It doesn't work if it looks like it's just an action you're taking where you're being try-hard in order to get a person to like you. Your actions have to be congruent to you as a person. Now, if you're dressing the way you want to dress and it's very congruent to your personality, then that's honestly telegraphing your polarity to other people, and that might be more effective to attract a certain type of people. Now, if you're just dressing a certain way or acting a certain way that's not really true to yourself, but you're doing so just to try to get other people to like you, well, since that's not congruent or authentic to who you are as a person, it's probably going to do the opposite and not only repel the people that you're trying to attract, but also everyone else in general. I knew another social coach who would often be extremely polarizing, and often a negative way, as a way of screening girls for those who he found were really drama addicted or addicted to needing validation, being able to quickly register on their radar and, for them to notice him really quickly, and then he knew whose emotions he could manipulate easily. Now, I don't recommend that, because in life you attract what you are. So if you're the type of person who plays these type of drama and validation games, the people you're going to attract are also people who play these games, and they're not necessarily the people you want to build a life with or have relationships with. And I know a lot of other coaches in the past, this is what they taught, right? They taught you how to play these games in order to create attraction, and with a certain subset of people it would work, but at the same time people would get frustrated because in the end they're like, I don't want to play these games, it's not authentic to me, and the people I'm attracting are not people I really want to be around. So that's why I don't recommend that. Again, there's no need to be a jerk. And while you shouldn't act with the purpose of trying to offend, likewise, you should not be afraid of offending if it comes as a result of you just being who you truly are. You now may be thinking, but why, Michael, is being an agreeable person a bad thing? Why is it a bad thing just to be nice to everyone? I don't get it. Why would someone find this unattractive? Well, let's think about it this way. There's multiple reasons why being a too agreeable person is a turnoff to other people. One thing, this is the standard nice guy. The guy who's super nice, not because he's really choosing to be nice, but because he has no choice to be nice. He's so afraid of any confrontation, he has such a lack of confidence and ability to react to other people that he has no choice to be nice because he wants to prevent any type of friction or confrontation. He's too soft, he's too weak, he lacks confidence. This is not a person someone's going to find attractive, this is not a person that someone's going to trust. Another type of person is they only act nice because they want something back from another person. They only say things to try to get the person to like them. They're not really honest or authentic, but they just want something back, and that's why they're being nice. And if another person thinks that you're either of these two types of people that I just mentioned, they're not going to find you attractive, and they're not going to like or trust you. Ironically, by trying to be liked by everyone and hated by none, you're most likely to end up completely alone. Imagine a very attractive woman who has everyone hitting on her all the time, always just trying to please her, being nice to her, telling her what she thinks she wants to hear, never speaking honestly with her out of fear of offending her because they want to win her over. Think of how she would view these guys. She would view them as not really being honest. Now, what happens when the guy comes along who's a little bit more polarizing? A guy who speaks his own truths. A person who just says what he thinks and doesn't care if it's what he thinks she thinks or what she approves of, but just speaks honestly. Well, this guy's going to be much more intriguing to her. And not only that, when she sees that the guy's not afraid of offending her a little bit and not just trying to please her by what he says, she's going to find him much more honest. And if she thinks he's honest and communicating honestly, then she feels that she can use what he's saying to actually evaluate him as a person. She feels she can actually trust what he's saying as being honest. And this is going to allow her to form attraction towards the person. She can tell that this guy is not in desperate need of her approval. And since he's not in desperate need of her approval, he is also not connected to the outcome. That means he's not afraid of losing her approval. So he's not afraid that he needs a certain outcome from the interaction. And since she can again tell that he doesn't need something or doesn't want something from the interaction, she can then believe that he's interacting honestly. And again, that's going to be what allows attraction to grow. Becoming polarizing is something that you actually can do often in a much more passive way and not something that you have to purposely actively be doing. For example, you should never be purposely trying to get into arguments. You should just be stating your opinions honestly and then not changing those opinions or qualifying them or taking them back if the other person disagrees. There's often no need to be reactive in either a positive or negative sense. If a person can easily get under your skin and get you worked up and argumentative so easily, that's not very attractive. It shows that you're a really reactive person and you're not really well grounded and secure with your beliefs. If you're really secure with your beliefs, you really know who you are and you know what you believe and you're not apologetic about it, then other people are not going to be able to shake you so easily. You're not going to get into arguments. You're not going to have to defend your worldview because you actually believe it. It's only the people who are very insecure with their worldview and they feel like they need everyone else to agree with them to feel comfortable. They're the ones that are going to be argumentative. For example, this is true in everything. I post a lot online. I get messages every day from guys going, "This is not how attraction works. You're wrong. It's like this. Blah, 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 blah." You know, it's like complete nonsense. Someone who's probably never gone out of their basement is trying to critique something that I'm very confident about. I've taught in 40 countries. I've not only applied this to improve my own life, but countless clients all around the world. I'm pretty secure that I know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it works. It works for myself. It works for my clients. Why would I get argumentative with a random stranger on the internet? It doesn't make sense. So when I get these type of messages, they don't bother me. It's just like, okay, great, buddy. Well, good luck and enjoy your OnlyFans account. In most cases, you can be disagreeable as well as polite. Being disagreeable is not being rude. Too many people play not to lose instead of playing to win. They hold back in conversations and out of fear of saying the wrong thing, out of making that joke where maybe the other person will take offense, so they don't really express themselves honestly. But by not taking those chances and not appearing authentic, they end up losing the people anyway. Way more often, more attraction will be created through a willingness to be a little bit disagreeable than will be lost through having a difference of opinion. You don't have to actively try to be disagreeable, or fake disagreeability, or manufacture conflict. I'm not recommending any of those things. They're not going to be effective and you're going to come off as being unauthentic and dishonest. What I'm saying is you simply have to remove your filters. You need to speak honestly and not be afraid to say something that another person may disagree with. When in doubt, just say it. And if you do this, you're going to become more polarizing, but in a natural way, where other people start trusting what you say more, respecting you more, and finding you more attractive. Being self-secure in one's words and beliefs, as well as displaying certainty and conviction, are attractive traits. And if you want to learn about all the other attractive traits and all the things that if you simply quit doing, other people would instantly find you more attractive, well then I recommend you check out my book on attraction that is linked to in the description below. And for those of you really serious about taking your social skills to the next level, I provide one-on-one Skype coaching as well as in-person coaching where we'll go on an adventure around the world and within 1 week blow your mind open to all the possibilities and take you to that next level in a really accelerated manner. As always, a big shout out and thanks to my Patreon subscribers. Please consider becoming one if you haven't already. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, ciao.